Hey guys, it's Angela. I'm going to teach you how to single crochet the way that I do it today. And before I start, I would like to say that if you are going to single crochet and you are making something such as, say, a Afghan or whatever, if your pattern says that you are going to have, for instance, 10 stitches, you are actually going to need 11 chains. And I will show you why you need 11 chains, but we have to get to that step first. But for that example, we are going to go ahead and do 11 chains now. So the first thing you do is you take your yarn and you're going to make a slip knot. So you're going to go over your finger 2 times. You're going to hold it with your middle finger and your thumb. You're going to go from the back over to the front and from the back and slip it off. And then insert your hook. And this is your slip knot. And I like to hold my slip knot with my finger and hold the tail of the yarn with my other hand. And if you will kind of twist your hook when you are going through this slip knot in a second, it'll keep your yarn on your hook. So you're going to take, this is your working yarn, you're going to put it on top of your hook and you kind of twist it and you pull it through that slip knot, and that's going to make your first chain. So let's do that again. You're going to put your working yarn on top of your hook. You're going to twist it and pull it through the hole. And that's chain number 2. The working yarn on top of the hook. This is also called yarn over. Twist it a little bit. Pull it through the hole. That's chain 3. We're making 11 chains. So that would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, the reason that you make 11 is because when you're going to make your first single crochet, you do not count this one that's on your hook. And you're not going to go in this first one, you're going to go into the second one. So, you skip the first hole and you're going to go into the top of this second hole right here. And you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to pull through that first loop. You're going to have 2 on your hook here. You're going to go through and pull your yarn again. And now you're going to go through both of those. Now see how I grabbed a hold of my chains right here? If you'll do that, it makes it easier to get through those 2. They just slip right through. Now you're going to work in your next one. You're going to go in that hole. You're going to grab your yarn and pull it back through. You've got those 2 on there. You're going to grab the yarn and you're going to go through both of those. And that's your second single crochet. Okay. Now we're going to go through the next one. We're going to grab our yarn and we're going to pull through. We're going to grab our yarn again and we're going to pull through both. And that's our third single crochet. Now you can see where you're at because see this one, you can tell that it's got something in it, but this one does not. So you know that's where you're at. So we're going to go through we're going to pull up our yarn. We've got 2 on our hook, pull up our yarn, and go through. So that's our 4th single crochet. Now we're going to go to the end, and then I'm going to show you how to count your stitches, because it's very important that when we get to the end we have 10 stitches. Now remember, we chained 11, but we're only going to have 10 stitches when we get to the end, and it's very important that you keep up with your stitches and that every single row you have the right amount of stitches. Because if you have one stitch off, it can really booger up your pattern. So the way that you count your stitches is you hold it up like this, and you see this looks like little V's. So we're going to count. You don't count the one that's on your hook. You never do. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like I said, 10. Now, another thing, when you get to the end like this, you always chain 1. Now, when you're single crocheting, the reason that you chain 1 and then you turn your work over. The reason that you do this is because you need to raise your height. See how that raised that up a little bit? If you didn't raise that up, your work would be kind of rounded instead of square, and you don't want like a round blanket. It just wouldn't look right. So now you're going to look for this hole. This is going to be your first stitch. See, now you have these holes to look for. See those holes when I pull it out? That clearly shows you where your hook is going to go. It's going to go in those holes. That's your V's, and you're going to make sure that you go through both of those. You're not going to have just one little piece from the chain. You're going to have both of those on your hook now. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in that first one, and see, you're going to catch both of those, and then you're going to pull up your yarn over, you're going to pull through. You've got 2 on your hook, you're going to yarn over again, and you're going to pull through. We're going to find our next big hole right there. That's our next stitch. We're going to go in the whole thing. See, I'm going in where there's 2 there. Now I'm yarning over and I'm going through that. Now I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to take both of those off, and that's our second stitch. Okay, go in your next one. There's the 2 again from your V. Yarn over, you pull through, yarn over, and pull through. And I'm just going to go all the way to the end. If I'm not all tangled up here, I will. It looks like I'm going to be tangled up. So I guess I will go ahead and stop the video, since well, maybe I can get it. Here we go. Just don't ever give up on your crocheting, because everyone gets the hang of it. It takes a little while for some of us, but you know what? You will get it. And this just shows that everyone has difficulty sometimes. But you know what? Everything can be fixed, and everything can be unraveled, and everything can be put back together. See there? So now I'm going to go in my next one. Go through both. There's your V. And you pull it up, yarn over, pull through both. Go in. There we go. You go all the way to the end. Now make sure that you get this last one, and when you do, I always make sure that you get those both, because sometimes it can be a little tricky to get that last one. And you chain 1 and you turn. I always remember to chain 1. And that is 2 rows of your single crochet. So if you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, regarding this or any of my other videos, or something that I haven't answered or that you would like to be answered, just leave me a comment or join my group. I've got the link there, so join my group and send me a message, and I'll try to answer any of your questions. And give me a thumbs up, because it shows me that you do like my videos, and it makes me want to make more. I know they're not perfect, but I'm working on it, and I hope that they'll get better, and I hope that I am teaching some of you some stuff that you might not know how to do, and I hope that you'll enjoy it like I do. So have a great day. Bye.